All right, let it dry just a little. Okay, now we're gonna lay in some, have some red here from earlier and some black that I've added. And we still have our other palette, which we're gonna be working with both of those, okay? Um, Now let's lay in some red. So using a round brush, get some red on there, and then we're gonna lay in some red spots. And some of your koi can be all yellow, or they could be all red. I may end up putting more yellow on this one. We'll have to see. But like, let's add some details in here. It doesn't have to be super clear because they're sort of swimming in the water. So bring in some little areas of red. We're going to kind of create that body shape. Okay. Just doing some little pats. Maybe we might even have some little red that we're going to kind of put some blues on top of because it's going to look like the fin is under the water. Let me bring some down here. Koi's come in a couple different colors, so we're just going to kind of lay in some fishy little marks in here. Just sort of give the impression of scales on that fish. This is where you get a chance to be kind of painterly. So we're going to kind of pretend like this guy is a little bit darker. Let's add just a little touch of this black to some red. Just give it just a little bit of a darkness. And then in a few places we might just give some shadows in here, okay? We don't want to go too crazy. Some of these reds are sort of have some variance to it. Maybe he's kind of dark back in here. Okay. All right, now what we're gonna do is something might be a little scary. Let's rinse our brush out. We're gonna kind of make some blue-greens for how the water looks. So we're gonna take our sort of light blue here, and we're gonna mix up a little sort of white with it. Mostly white, and then a touch of this turquoise, okay? This dark green that we had, and we're gonna make a sort of lighter color. And we're gonna put that in a few spots, okay? But we are gonna use this brush. I'm gonna get a smaller, let's get like our 3, and just do the tip of the brush. We're gonna kind of keep it pretty wet, like add a couple drops of water to it so it's liquidy. And then we're gonna add some little places around where the eye is going to be. So we're gonna kind of make the sockets of this fish. And maybe put some little parts on the, maybe his fin goes out this way. This fish maybe has a little tiny eye socket area. Some shading going on there. Maybe don't see his other eye super good, but part of it there. And maybe these are sort of taking a bluish tone because of the water. Okay. Just at the edges here. A little bit dark there, but just want to sort of create some shadows and lights and darks. These are like the birds of the water. Okay, all right. Let's do a couple of little white spots on either side of the eye. These are going to be sort of just little dots from the side, so we probably don't need it there. I'll just come in here with a few bright whites and make some spiny sort of things in this fish. We want our fish to look sort of like it's moving through the water. So we want it to sort of be faint but alive, if that makes any sense. So just sort of tap. Nothing too gigantic, just little details, okay? Maybe here, if we got a little overzealous, we can add some of those whites back in over that blue. This fish looks like it's moving. Okay, now I'm going to put the blacks in the eyes, and then we're going to actually put some highlights in this water, okay? So let's put black on our brush, our little tiny brush here, little round brush, all right? Dip it in the black, and then we're going to put some eyes in. Now we'll have to do the whites of the eyes, like the little shine on it. That might be a little bit big, but and get a little blue here and kind of make that eye a little smaller. And I'm gonna actually bring this in. Just, oh, not gonna do that. Oh, that's a no-no. My brush was still too wet. Be careful. Don't be like me. I'm gonna kind of bring this in a little bit. This is bothering me just a smidgen. This eye's just a little bit too big. So I'm gonna kind of neaten that up a little bit. Okay, I kind of feel that way about these fish eyes over here, but I'm not gonna make them a little smaller too. Just because I feel like we wouldn't see quite so much. Might need another fish for that study right there. Okay, so let's put in some watery things around here, okay? I'm going to take a flat brush and mix up some blue, some white, and the first thing that I'm going to do after I do that is lay in some little areas. This is not as pretty as I like. I'm going to add some of that light blue in there. And we're just going to come in here and add a few things just to kind of make this water feel alive. Just a little bit. I actually might even want to use that sort of light blue because I just sort of want a few. I might even choose to use a smaller brush. I'm going to lay a few big ones in, and then I'm going to come in with some and all we're going to do is just kind of show that the water is moving a little between these fish. Don't go too crazy. Okay. We might come back and alter those fins a little. We want some of that really intense blue to still show through, okay? Let's switch to a smaller brush. Let's go to our round brush and hit some highlights in there while it's still wet. Some of them can kind of go across your fish. Not too crazy. You don't want to go too crazy, but ooh, and do what I just did. Picked up my red. I'm gonna blot this up a little bit. I don't want it to look too contrived. Okay. I might hit some of that ultramarine again and maybe a touch of black to make this sort of deep blue. And I'm going to come in here and here and soften some of these transitions. We don't want to lose our definition. It's good to step back and squint a little. Maybe we want this to be a little bit on the darker side here. Okay, when you get to the point where you're sort of happy-ish with the way your water looks, then you can stop. I could probably fiddle with this for a very, very long time. And you know, you could actually even add green in here too, but I'm sort of having fun with this blue color, even though most koi ponds are a little bit greenish. But you could add some turquoise in on there. All right. Let's see what else we need to do. Maybe get a small brush, your small round brush, and dip in that dark blue and black together. And let's get some little tiny scraggles in there. Just a few places where we travel those darks over a little bit, okay? Just a few places where we're going to see that dark trickle over. We're still seeing that electric blue sort of peek through, which is cool. Maybe we're going to see a few little darks that sort of creep in here. To show our fins. Okay. All right, let's do a couple of dots for the eyes. We're going to get our little tiny brush, dip it in the white, and just hit the tops of our eyes with a little dot. This one you probably don't even barely see. Sort of fix our fish mouth there. In our eye, and do some little arcs. And I really ripped that one up, didn't I? All right, my friends, we are done. I hope you've enjoyed doing this koi pond image with me, and I will see you in the next video, my friends. Don't forget to sign your name. And we will be back for another video soon. Bye, everybody.